gonna suck ass, forget it.
Play the song.
To play the shitty games that don't care one bit.
Play the fucking song!
It's gonna take you back to the past. To play some shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. Rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.
Of the asshole-ish variety.
Alright, great work everyone. See you next Tuesday. Now get the fuck out of my garage.
Hey, I'm Justin.
Yeah. Get the fuck out. Oh, it's only 4:30 now. I kind of want to play a game. To kill a little time. Oh, what's this? Hey, wasn't I supposed to read this? Alright, might as well give it a shot. Back while I was working on my 428 film Angry Video Game Nerd the movie, there was a Kickstarter for a little game called Undertale, and a couple of years later it came out, and became one of the defining indie games of the 2010s. Its creator, Tubby Fox, obviously took a lot of inspiration from Earthbound and other Super Nintendo RPGs and helped popularize the quirky indie RPG genre. Intro shows a child doing the most dangerous thing possible, climbing an elusive mountain. That little dumbass falls into a deep chasm and has to traverse the underground to go home. After you name a character, you're introduced to the smelling fuckle-nut flower, whose name is Flowey. Real original name. He tells you to touch his friendly nest pellets. Yeah, right, you creep. Oh shit, well, fuck, this is bullshit. How am I supposed to? Oh, okay. This goat thing saved me. Her name is Torian, and she gives you an overbearing tutorial in the first area. In progress, you have to fight her. In combat, you can fight your enemies to deplete their health, or you can do literally anything else to try to pacify them peacefully. Each enemy is different. Some you have to comply with, some want to clean you, and some just want you to laugh at their shittiest puns. There's a lot of variety, and other than some of the bosses, they are not too terribly difficult. When the enemy attacks you, you have to dodge their attacks, and if there's more than one enemy, their attacks can complement each other, making the fight more difficult. Like I said in my Earthbound review, I prefer my battle screens to show the player and enemies, but that's just a minor nitpick. The basic black and white enemy sprites have a lot of personality, and it's fun to see how to pacify each of your foes, or you can kill them, but I'm not gonna do that here. I don't want little kids thinking I solve my problems with violence. Usually you just blow them up or shit on them. Yeah, there's a lot of mini bosses throughout each area of the game. The first one is this ghost guy, cries a lot. Hey, wait a second. This ghost is looking a bit different than I remember.
Hey, I'm Justin.
Get your ass back behind the fucking couch!
In the second area of the game, you have to deal with these two skeleton guys. Sense upon Fucker and Papyrus, who's the only monster that won't kill you, so I'm not going to say anything mean about him. They both tell skeleton jokes and attempt to thwart you with ineffective puzzles. Who am I kidding? I love their puns. They are easily my favorite characters in the game. Oh, you can go on a date with Papyrus if you're into that sort of thing, and afterwards he gives you his phone number. You can call him and he'll make dialogue in many of the rooms. That's something I like about this game. You don't really have to backtrack, except once or twice, but if you do, there's a lot of little things you can discover, but all has no time for that. I'm determined this mountain person will not shackle me. The game's pacing is simple for the most part. You go interacting with and befriending the boss of each area. All the NPCs you encounter usually have pretty funny dialogue, and half of the time I haven't got a clue what the hell I'm even looking at. Anyway, Area 3 is a waterfall, a dark marsh that has some cool color choices. Rooms I get lost in every damn time I go through them. and Temmie. Here you will find a lot of history about the war between humans and monsters. There are also these flowers that repeat what they hear, so you hear a lot from monsters talking about their hope of going to surface and no time to read this shit. The flexing seahorse guy keeps kicking my ass. The boss here is this fish knight lady named Undine. She's one of the few enemies trying to kill you with prejudice. You eventually wind up in this garbage dump filled with human trash. Guess this is how the monsters have technology. There's this mini-boss that's super fucking pissed and gets mad at his own goods that attack for him, and I can totally relate to that.
Hey, I'm Justin.
I should probably mention that many of the main bosses change how you play the game. For example, Hackers gives you gravity, turning his fight into a platformer that makes the bosses more unique, and it's really surprising when you fight these freaks for the first time. After you've gone on that, you stumble into Hotland, which is a volcanic area, as if you weren't aware. Here you meet the perfect monster. Alphys is a total fucking weeboomer, and she tells you exactly what to do in every situation, which is great. With her I don't have to think, and this not wasting my time. Oh fuck, who is this rectangular asshole? This fucking Spock is Mettaton, a robot game shows to constantly harasses you for views. It's like an embodiment of my suffering. He looks just like my teleprompter. His shenanigans are like the shit I have to do in front of a green screen. I forgot to mention that throughout the game, Sins appears and you can hang out with him. On one of his last appearances at the fancy Mettaton Hotel, he says this. A bit creepy, whatever. After Mettaton thoroughly milks your enthusiastic ass for views, you have to go through the core, which has a gauntlet of hard monsters and also has an awesome meme. Finally, you fight Mettaton and reveals his true form. A mix between Michael Jackson and David Bowie, posing so fast it's like he just did 6 lines of coke. His fight is a lot of fun, your actions and what I use affect Mettaton's ratings. And his theme, Fifth by Glamour, is fantastic. Also, what do you want, Justin? I'm in the middle of a fucking review.
Baines, you don't need to worry about suffering anymore. I can take over now. The slogs have pulled me to replace you. The Finns deserve someone without such strict time constraints.
Who the fuck are you?
Take a wild guess.
Behind the fucking house!
Wow.
Okay, sorry that was dumb. No robot is going to replace the old Bimster. I would never stoop so low as have someone else do work for me. Anywho, the in-game area doesn't have any encounters that attack your HP. They just attack your heart with a sad backstory and the main theme of Undertale, making a very emotional story that makes you feel a little shitty for wanting to get out of the mountain. The Cliff Notes are the Prince of the Underground. Asriel found a human that fell into the underground and adopted them into his family. But both the human and Asriel died, and the underground was filled with despair. Because double chill is not very cool. And then this makes me think about more kids.
Yeah.
Sans shows up one last time in this very dramatic hallway, and you have a much more serious conversation with him than a single skeleton punk. Moving on, you find the king of monsters, Asgore. The gang has killed 6 other humans before you, just dicking around watering some flowers. Alright, you're telling me the guy who's offering me tea right now is going to kill me, you right? That I can use it again. Alright, I guess I have to kill this gang. Asgore's fight is pretty damn fun, and his theme is excellent. You can't win peacefully. You have to stab the garbage out of him, but after you beat him you can spare. Oh, I see, this fucking potted plant jackoff. Hey, my game crashed. Guess I'll just start it up. Oh, fuck. I don't think the caveman can fix this. What the hell is that thing? What's going on at all? Fight him!
I don't want damage.
What were they thinking? What's going on? Man. Bitch, this fight blew me away when I first did it. It was so unexpected and fun, and I got a lot. Flowey's a bit of a cunt, by the way. He'll set and load the game to fuck you up, and all of his attacks are just, well, he really goes full fucking force. After defeating Flowey through the power of shit. You can kill or spare your Flowey. If you keep sparing him, he'll run away crying. Bitch, you then get a phone call from every you befriended throughout your journey. This call changes a lot depending on your actions. Flowey shows up if you didn't slap the shit out of him and tells you how to get a better ending. Not sure if I can trust that weasel, but that means more game to play, so I'm all for it. To get the true ending, you have to go back and befriend every major character. And if you killed any, you have to start the game over, it's annoying, but you do. Characters will kind of remember you and your choices in your last playthrough, which is really cool in my opinion. This is where the concept of saving and loading your save is not just a game mechanic, it's a part of the in-game world too. After you befriend Papyrus, and go on a very uncomfortable date with Offies, you go to the true lab, where Alex was trying to make monster souls stronger. Word she never mentioned doing that earlier, and why does this place look like it's from a different game? Oh, hello there. Oh, well, that's completely horrifying. This is what happened to the monsters Alfie's experimented on, and they're red as hell. When you go back to Asgore, all of your friends intervene to stop you from fighting him, and it looks like you can live happily with everyone.
Yeah.
Until Flowey fucks you over. Fucking hell, I wish I could piss on that guy. After the power of friendship once again saves your ass, Flowey kills everyone and... Oh shit. Okay, Asriel looks a little bit like a school shooter, but he's still cool. Asriel's fight also has one of the best themes in the game, hopes and dreams. How do you defeat the god with infinite attack and defense? Take a wild guess, it's friendship you. Asriel is the only character to call you by name, making Asriel cry like I bet you beat him. And you can't even give him a hug. This reminds me of when I give my kids hugs.
Yeah.
He then destroys the magic barrier preventing the monsters from leaving the underground and brings everyone back. You then learn your name is Frisk, and Bimmy is the name of the first human that was Asriel's adopted sibling. The Pelagia is pretty cool. Every NPC in the game has different dialogue, and if you backtrack to the very first screen, you'll see Asriel there. And you can have one last conversation with him before you leave. This reminds me of when I had to climb the mountain and talk to my kids for the last time.
Yeah.
The final cutscene shows you and all of your new friends finally conquering the mountain, the true antagonist all of them. End credits show what all of the monsters are on the surface world, and I guess they either integrated into society, no problem, or they killed everyone and took over, which is what I'd like to believe. And after all, that's a happy ending. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. Undertale is one of the defining indie games of the 2010s, and if you're in the mood to play a mostly lighter game with fantastic music, then definitely give it a try, or watch a Let's Play that like most people did. The game is pretty short, you can beat it in less than 6 hours, which is great if you're a busy goer such as myself. There are a few things I left out of this review, but as if I'm not aware there's more to experience than what I showed. But I encourage you to play it for yourself and discover all of the little hidden things. Also, if you're interested in more from the game's creator, he's working on a new game called Delver, which is shaping up to be even better than Undertale. After playing Undertale, it got me thinking, where is Mountainbot, the mountain and that the monsters live under?
Well, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I'm finally making the trip. I'm gonna find that mountain.